Hey YouTube fam. I think I just had lipstick on my teeth, but you know what? We're all good. We're ready to roll. So in the last video, I talked to you guys about cultivating your environment. And I gave you guys some tips, but I think one of the things that we don't really ever address or pay attention to is the ability to cultivate the things that influence us. So obviously your environment influences you, right? Whether that's, how you decorate it. I don't know how you guys grew up, but I grew up in a house where like my mother was not letting people in our house. And I value that so much because I am the same way. Like, I don't let everybody in my house. I love entertaining, don't get me wrong. But there is something to be said about like letting people in your house. And it reminds me of when I was just graduated out of high school, and me and one of my great, great friends got an apartment together. And y'all, we had parties for like, at first I kept telling her no, like, no, nobody's coming over, like, no, 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 no. And she's like, come on, Ev, like, come on. So I was like, okay, whatever. So our friends came from Brooklyn, and we had some local friends. And like, after the parties were said and done, I remember just like looking at her like, I just can't live here anymore. Right? Like, it's just not gonna work. Like, I just can't live here anymore. It doesn't feel like my space. They had broken so much stuff like in our house. It was crazy. So I was like, okay, lesson learned. It is what it is. But needless to say, like, cultivating that space, like, your home is your sacred space, so you should have things that bring calm, like salt rock lamps. You should have moments where I know sage and palo santo are like becoming extinct because people are like going crazy and it's just like an epidemic. So there's sprays, there's people who make sprays that have the similar properties that you can use. We as a brand, Queens Recognize Queens, are considering adding some sprays to our brand. So if that's something you guys are interested in, we will poll you on Instagram to see if it's something you really would love to see from our brand. We'll obviously send it blessings, love, and light as well. We may even infuse some crystals in there too, so it's going to be awesome. So I want to kind of just touch on a couple other things that we don't think of, like social media, like the posts that you see. And not for nothing, like, I'm all about being safe, but these sex trafficking posts, like, it gets to a point where I start questioning it, where I'm like, who is behind this big agenda of like scaring the crap out of women? And even still, maybe that will encourage us to like stop being so careless, especially when we get drunk. Oh my gosh, your faces. You guys are just like watching this baby grow up right in front of you, huh? So, social media, what are you watching? What are you intaking? What are you feeding? Because that's all an energy exchange as well. If you're somebody that's out there that is a motivator, one of the things I had to learn being a motivator was like, you can't just be pouring into everybody all the time, like giving them advice on their problems. As much as you want to, and as much as you're like, sis, I got the recipe, like, just love yourself. Like, you just can't take that energy and just give it away all the time. So that's number one. The other thing is, it's really important to just really pay attention to the people that you're around. Like, you have to cleanse your life and the people that you're around by setting some amazing boundaries. If you are a part of my Wear Queens chat group, that is a free group on Facebook, I talked about boundaries because so many of us have a hard time setting boundaries and actually like sticking to it. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. No, I'm not coming over there. No, I'm not talking to this person anymore. We have a hard time, right? Especially if it's like that toxic ex. You get lonely and you're like, hey, what are you doing? Or, hey, I just saw this picture of you, like finding ways to like inject yourself in their life again and get some attention. It's like, we have to stop that, because the more that we don't really pay attention to the energy that we are giving out, as well as the energy that we're taking in, like, we are walking energetic sponges, whether you like it or not, whether you're an empath or not. Like, we are sponges, and we're always giving out energy and we're always taking on energy. So a lot of times you're taking on stuff that's not even your own. So, when we're talking about cultivating our space and making sure that we have, cleansing timelines, whether we have cleansing spaces, our homes, the places you step into, other people's homes. If their home feels toxic and chaotic, you gotta cut that out. Because I just saw my sis, hey, and Daria, she posted something saying, you know what, I've gotten so many places playing small, it's time to play big. And this energetically weighs you down. Like, it really does. And you wonder why you're weighed down, right? We're spirits in human bodies, right? And we forget that. And it's time to remember it. It's time to awaken to that and to really step into it. And that's how we play big. Because when you play big and things just don't work, you're like, sis, it just don't work. This does not work for me. I love you, but this just doesn't work, right? Right? It just doesn't work for us, okay? We're playing big. We came here to live our best lives, and that's just that, right? So I hope you guys have so much to think about, so much to take away, because we have to cultivate our environments in mind, body, spirit. Cultivate your refrigerator for living healthy. Like, cultivate yourself being the person that you desire to be. Your ego is going to fight you. Your old self is going to fight you. It's going to feel like a strain. It's going to be like, this is normal. Even though it's dysfunctional, it's normal. And it's what we know, and it feels normal. And it's not, right? Because you're drained, you're tired, you're unfulfilled, and it's enough. Say it. Yeah, he said, yeah, it's enough. Live your best life and stop settling for anything less, because I know I'm not. 2020 is coming, and I am ready. I am ready, and I hope you are too. So make sure you follow me on Instagram at Queens Recognize Queens, or Ebtatora. That's my personal account. Don't post much, but hey, 2020, maybe I will. Also follow me on Facebook, Ebtatora, as well as Queens Recognize Queens. Join my free group where Queens chat, so you can stay motivated and cultivate a timeline that is going to uplift you and pour into you. And make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can subscribe to our channel. Make sure you look out for the latest videos. Scroll back, watch some of our other videos that we've done, and just get your notebook out and just stay ready to learn and to continuously keep cultivating the queen in you. Have an amazing day. Say bye, Levi. Bye. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, you guys.